Hello, everybody. Live is building for me. It is 9:30 Mountain Standard Time, so that would make it 11:30 Central Standard Time and 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. So wherever you are in this part of the world and in your day-to-day, have a good morning or a good afternoon. And I'm jumping on here to keep my commitment to both of me and to both you. So I'm looking forward to people jumping on so that I can see your lovely faces and smile at you and tell you how amazing you are on this day. This experience has been so interesting, I have to tell you. Thank you for joining. I have been really nervous. I don't like being in front of the camera at all. However, I have had so many messages of individuals thanking me, and so that really just makes me so appreciative of showing up. Because oftentimes we might get in our heads and not think about what it is that we have to give. I'm not giving you anything that you don't know already. I'm just simply reminding you of the goodness that's all around you, the good that's in you, and helping you to understand how to drive your existence and how to be fueled by design. Because the truth is, if you think about it, it's really not as difficult as what life can seem to be. So I entitled this live, Being Busy, Being Busy. We have the tendency when we're going through transition and we really don't want to face it, to get in the business of being busy. It may not be that we can avoid it. We have many responsibilities, many roles. Many of us are mothers and many of us are employees. Many of us may be employers or parallelpreneurs, doing it both, juggling, right? And then we are daughters and friends and spouses, and we have all of these roles that we're playing. And so our plates can be pretty full. Hi, Ty. Our plates can be pretty full. But when we're going through transition, especially when we're in that space where we feel stuck and things are just murky and they don't feel good, we tend to fill up our plate. We tend to do a lot of things that we can put off just for now. And the reason why we get so busy is because we don't want to face it. Good morning to you. We don't want to face it. We don't want to deal with it. We don't want to think about it. But the things that's going on won't alleviate themselves by ignoring it. We have to face it. So when you're in the practice of being busy, I need you to just stop. Stop it. It's just that simple. It's no formula. It's nothing else that I've learned to do other than to just stop it. But it does take some analyzation. You do have to think about it. Hey, Lana. And I'm so glad you jumped on. It's so funny that you would jump on because of my illustration. So when you just are busy, being busy. So for me, what busy can look like is I have a ton of videos that I love to watch, but I have a ton of things that I need to do. So I'm watching videos and then I say, oh, I need to go exercise and I need to go get groceries and I need to do all of my to-do lists. But then I decide to take a phone call and stay on the phone for 3 hours talking about whatever because I just want to be busy and not face it. Hey, Preston. And all I'm saying is stop it. Because in those murky times where you're in transition, you really need to slow down and you need to find out why. And so an easy way to know if you're just being busy is to ask yourself, do I have to do this now? Because if your heart was to attack you, all of the busyness in the world would stop instantly. You would not be worried and concerned about doing any menial task, any large task, any task at all. You would be in the process of saving your life. That's the only thing you would be concerned about. I have somebody on here that could testify to that. So, when you're in transition, take your time and slow down. Why? Because if you don't, life will slow you down. Your transition might have showed up to give you a hint to slow down and to reflect, to think about what's going on and how you can make your next move, to actually petition what that next move should look like. Being busy just to be busy does not leave you feeling fulfilled. It doesn't make you feel effective or efficient. It actually drains your energy and makes you feel non-productive. It doesn't allow you to highlight the moments in your life that are so important, that bring you tiny messages on how to move forward. Neither, hey, Silky Grace, it does not allow you to really enjoy the moment and experience life. When you are so busy and wound up, life is just passing you right by. For instance, I now take time in the morning. That's my morning routine. So before I jump on and talk to you guys, I've had some time just for myself. And so what I'm now happy to do is reflect on the things that make me excited, that livens up my day and energizes me. That helps pump me up and get my juices going for today. And if I don't do that, then you know, I always have my Spark, amino acids, vitamins, energy, no sugar, plug, shameful plug, but you know I love Spark. But anywho, I got up in the morning and I saw a hummingbird and butterflies. I didn't get to see that in my previous environment. When I first seen the hummingbird a couple weeks ago, I posted on Facebook because I was just so fascinated. I was so excited, but it wasn't making any noise. And I didn't want to move because I didn't want it to go away. And so eventually flew over to the side and it started to make the humming noise. And I was just like overjoyed. I was overjoyed. I was so overjoyed with that. And then I stopped last night and I was thinking about that because I was thinking about what could I come on here and encourage you with. And I was thinking about it and I was reflecting on it and I was like, well, what do I even know about the hummingbird? I don't know much about the hummingbird. So what I decided to do was go on YouTube and watch a documentary about it. I couldn't get through it. It was late, plus it was just not as interesting as I wanted it to be, but I did get some major points out of it. It's the smallest of all warm-blooded creatures. It has the best ability for flight. Not only that, it is naturally energized and it can hold itself in the air so that it could suck out the nectar out of the flower. I'm telling you this, not to just give you meaningless facts, but what can I do with that information? Who created that hummingbird? And if that divine creator created that hummingbird to be that amazing, and it does not have the intellectual capacity that you have, my connection is getting weak. Somebody better know it's getting weak for a reason. It doesn't have the intellectual capacity that you have. You have to know that you're better than that hummingbird. You are worth your own time. It is no more time being busy doing unproductive things later for that. And it don't mean fill your list up with some meaningful things. It means to just simply stop, slow down, and be. Use your thinking ability to reflect on what you're going through, on what your next move is going to be. If you do that, the transition will get easier. Before you know it, you'll be out of the transition and on to the next, because we're always transitioning. Whether we're getting married, getting out of a marriage, getting older, changing our roles, our children are growing up and leaving the house, changing our jobs, our careers, learning what really brings us joy. All of it is a transition. Life is just a big transition. And that's fine. But we have to work with it instead of against it. And so certain things just don't work. And being busy just for the sake of being busy is one of those things. So if you've been doing that, stop it. And for a bonus, what can you do to be more reflective? Well, take out a notebook, a pad. It don't have to be pretty. Take out 10 minutes in your day and take a moment that just was beautiful, that inspired you, that stirred your heart, that made you sad, made you mad, evoked some emotion in you, and explore it. Just that one moment, just like I did with the hummingbird. And then think about how you could apply it to your life. And think about how you can act on it. And then pray on it and get some help on it and see what happened. Now, since I shared this with you, I would love for you to jump on and tell me how that works for you. If we made this an interactive conversation, it would be so much better for the both of us. I love you today. I appreciate you today. I thank you for joining. If you replay this, thumbs up. Thank you so much. If you share it out, that's even better. I only want to spread good news to you because that's what I'm about. I inspire people to be better, to look better, live better, feel better, be energized. That's what I do. And I hope that this message has brought a little of that to you today. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. Thank you for joining me, and I will be back tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.